Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
Now, if you are listening to this, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video. This is going to be a good one because, as all North London derbies seem to be recently,
It's a good
they
day.
result in good episodes, good days, good weekends. So, without further ado, we're going to get straight into that because after we released the episode last week talking about whether Arsenal can win the league and whether the attack is good enough, we'll break the fourth wall here. That episode was recorded before Wolves, predicated on the fact that we would beat Wolves,
Which we should have still.
We should have.
And we had every right.
But the Wolves one, that's a distant memory. Right, the only thing I remember is the North London derby now, so that's fine.
New week,
yeah. But just to break the fourth wall there, that if you think that we're actually taking the Wolves defeat pretty well, because obviously people will have watched that after the Wolves game. They're like, probably maybe think that we've recorded it after the Wolves game. Trust me.
It would have been a different conversation.
Yeah.
There would have been no smiling faces.
These guys are quite chill.
Yeah. There would have been no smiling faces.
Yeah, no, it would have been a completely different vibe. It was dark times after Wolves. But yeah, we've gone to Tottenham on the weekend. So off the back of the Wolves game, which was quite frankly a disgrace, a lot of pressure on this Arsenal team. The usual narrative started coming back out about bottlers and pressure and they can't handle it and City are winning games. And it felt like that. And going to Tottenham in a derby is always difficult because before the game, you just never really know what might happen, what Tottenham might bring, especially with the new manager adds to that even more. So yeah, look, Arsenal we're gonna have to go out there and show some real minerals, and it's safe to say that after the Wolves game, I don't think we thought that was gonna happen.
I definitely, yeah. I mean, we were kind of saying before the Wolves game, like we just don't know if we go to Tottenham sort of 3-4 years in a row and just win every time, despite us never, like, I don't know, our record with Tottenham is a bit weird over the years, as you would expect with derbies. Like, there's never been a time where we've beaten Tottenham quite a lot, as Arsenal fans will know, and Tottenham have had some wins over us, but there's never been a time where it's just like this sort of one-sided, I feel like. You know, even in the times when they were better than us and they were finishing ahead of us and all this kind of stuff, it would be a draw. It would be something to, a hard fought something. It would, like, it was never just like
in that period where they were better than us with Pochettino. This derby, this fixture just used to be home team wins.
Exactly.
Like at the Emirates, it was Arsenal, and at White Hart Lane, it was Tottenham, and that's just how. And those games might be blowouts, like the 5-2s or the 4-2s or the 3-0s that they beat us at White Hart Lane. But there were also a lot of draws in there. But it did tend to be just the home team wins, which in a derby, I feel like that's what it's expected.
That's what I'm saying. That is expected, and that's fine if that's how it goes in derbies. But recently, like, this is now just like when does this end? Does it end? And I'm not asking for it to end.
Yeah.
Like, these are good times, these are good days. But that was my mentality going into the game. Is like, this is Arsenal, this is Tottenham. This, no matter, as you say, take away form, take away player quality, take away all of this kind of stuff. Is this really the fixture that we just sort of monopolize and have it our own way every time and all this kind of stuff? So going into the game, I wasn't quite like, yeah, we're going to win today. And I know they've been poor and I know they're missing players and I know all of this kind of stuff, but that's kind of happened to us in the past. That's kind of happened to them in the past. And some of these other teams have still managed to get results.
Yeah. And also, when you look at the North London derby, like, I'm hearing a lot of people say, a lot of Tottenham fans specifically kind of say that, like, the quality between the two teams is just that far apart. But Tottenham fans will say they have a better team than Wolves.
Yeah.
And at the very bare minimum, Wolves made it difficult. They made it a fight. That second half against Wolves, they were kind of sticking it on us. Yeah, as shameful as that is to say. I think with the North London derby, there have been points where, like you say, Tottenham have been a better team. They've had more quality. They've had Harry Kane. They've had Christian Eriksen,
Son, all these guys,
Ali, whoever it might be. And there have been points when Arsenal have had the better quality with Van Persie or Cesc or Nasri or whoever it might be. So, and comfortably, we can all agree that Arsenal have more quality coming into this game. But the point of a derby is that if you match the intensity, the desire, the want to win, and the quality wins the game,
Yeah.
I think the fans turn around and they say, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we've done everything we can, and at the end of the day, they do just have that bit more quality. Those Tottenham fans that were coming up, or teams that were coming up against the Invincibles and stuff, were horrendous. They were like this Tottenham team.
Yeah.
But they were still getting draws or whatever. Like, this Tottenham team, I just don't think put up a fight in any sort of way. Like, once it went to 3-1, from about minute 60 to about minute 80, the game just kind of coasted.
Yeah, it was weird. I was saying
really...
to you afterwards, I was like, I just thought a lot about what I was saying to my brother when I was watching it. I was like, I just feel like a lot about this is weird. Like, this is a North London derby, but it's awfully like quiet. And I was saying, like, I feel like these are the two. Well, this Arsenal team and this Tottenham team is like the Arsenal Tottenham team that sort of like each other the most. Like, there's not real animosity between them. It's not real, like, you know, as we say before, it's
outside
like,
of Jed Spence.
yeah. But before, it's like there's a challenge, or like even myself, maybe I'm like projecting. Like, I used to hate Toby Alderweireld and those guys, Eric Dyer. I used to hate Danny Rose and all those. I used to hate them. Yeah, but
yeah, for real.
We would also see.
But part of that, like, how much of that is because they were good?
No, part of that is because they were good, but part of that is also just because I used to hate them.
Yeah.
I used to play for Tottenham. I hate them. Like, apart from Jed Spence, who I really do hate.
yeah.
A lot, and it feels like the Arsenal team is like, we're not really seeing the big challenges. We're not really seeing, like, you know, arguing in people's faces and, like, you know, like.
To be fair though, last year, remember when we went to their place, Timber and Vicario?
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a scuffle. Yeah.
But you know what? I think a lot of that is because those players that we used to hate for Tottenham, they used to have an ego, right? Which is, I'm not saying is wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
They used to have an ego of, we're a good team, and
we're not going to get
we're a
good
team,
least.
And not only that, we're better than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't mind,
which they might have been at the time.
Yeah.
And that ego, I think, then on the pitch, like, you could see it with Ali, and when Dyer's telling Ramsey,
yeah.
Like, what Tottenham players really come into Arsenal?
But that's kind of my point. That's kind of my point. Is that why I thought this game was so weird was because it was a big day. As much as Tottenham are awful and Tottenham are bad, and everyone is going to sort of agree on that fact, like, they really could have ruined something for us today. Yeah, and I thought that the hater within Tottenham would have stood up, like, within the players, within the fans, within all this kind of stuff. And I guess the fans are kind of, they wanted it to happen, but their team didn't give them enough of an excuse.
I mean, the atmosphere would seem pretty good.
But I thought that like we're 17th or we're 18th or, you know, we're 15th and we're awful, we're having a terrible season, but we can spoil your party today. Was going to sort of rise up and rile up, and Conor Gallagher was going to be snapping into challenges and all this kind of stuff. And it just didn't really materialize that way. It felt as if, and especially like, and I know Tottenham did fight back in the game, but it felt as if Tottenham are always waiting for us to go that goal ahead to just be like, oh, well,
yeah.
Like, if they could have shaken hands at the 60th minute and gotten off the pitch,
that's what it seemed.
They would have, you know,
like, it didn't really seem like they were still trying or there was effort. And because we've started on the Tottenham side, we may as well do the Tottenham side now. And you're saying that, like, they had a chance to really kind of ruin what we're doing here, and stop Arsenal. But even more importantly than that, these points are
desperate. They're desperate. Look,
like,
it's two things in one.
They need to start picking up points.
Yeah. No win all year is great. We're in March. Like, the next game week, they might be in March.
Look, we'll get into the relegation battle. We've kind of spoken about Tottenham's nothingness in that game. Jed Spence was terrible. Mickey van der Ven was poor. Dragusin was terrible. Like, no one out there. Colin Moran, he got his first goal.
I can't remember any piece of, like, midfield quality. Yeah. Well, that's a nice pass. We're like, we're on the back foot now. It's a good switch of play, and how has that happened?
Yeah,
you know,
nothing like that. No, like, phase or anything. Their goal came from our mistake, but Igor Tudor's obviously gone in there now, and he's up against, obviously, West Ham and Forest have got managers that have Premier League experience, especially Nuno. He has bags of it. They've been in those battles before. Igor Tudor's press conference after the game came across a bit like a press conference of a man that wants to be sacked
already.
Yeah, and he's had one game.
He's drinking the Amarim juice.
He's coming out and he's basically asking, "What's the purpose of this club? What's the goal of this club?"
And you know what's so funny about saying that stuff in the post-match interview is, like, how are you not asking that to the board of directors who are interviewing you?
Yeah,
like, how are you not asking that to the GM or whoever it is? And probably maybe he's asked those questions. So it's like, Like, how have you not done that in the whole vetting process of taking over this? How has 90 minutes of football dragged you back out here to be like, well, what's actually happening? What have I signed up for?
because surely that's a question you ask in the interview, so you don't need to come and publicly. But look, he seems like a bit of a hothead. To be fair, like I feel like he is gonna bring some flames at certain points in press conferences and whatnot. Obviously, they go to Fulham next, and I know from history that can get a manager's head hot.
Yeah.
So whatever goes on there, but that was his first game. Obviously, he's not really going to be judged by that because there are more teams to come. They're not going to play Arsenal every week. He stuck with the 3-5-2, but like you say, offered nothing in the game. He had Spence at left wing back, which made no sense. He had Archie Gray at right wing back. He had Gallagher, Saw, and Basuma in there.
Yeah, Paulinho in the back three.
Yeah, honestly, to me, that's just a horrible team. And you've said it there. There was no green flags for Igor Tudor in that performance. Nothing that Tottenham fans
that's
can
why
look at.
It gets so interesting because it's like I kind of understand losing this game for Igor Tudor if that style of football, or if that methodology will prove to give them results in other games. And obviously that's yet to be seen. Like maybe that's just how he plays, and this is like first week still tinkering and tweaking and making it right. But I feel like the issue, and obviously we can only speak on this game because this is his first game, but I feel like the issue with what Igor Tudor was trying to do yesterday was he didn't really like, and I thought, and the Tottenham fans were up for it and all this kind of, but a lot of the time we just had the ball, and we were like moving it around from like, I felt as if Tottenham have to get the fans involved at home. Like we're speaking about, they need points. We're speaking about what they need to do to stay up, how they can ruin our day. Bro, this whole home record, like the stuff that has to change immediately, like quickly. The whole not winning in 2026 and not winning games at home, only winning 2 games at home. Like Igor Tudor has to fix those problems immediately. And I just don't know if you can do that without getting the crowd involved. Tottenham fans want to see decent football, all of this kind of stuff. And it's not that he plays soft football or anything along those lines, but there just wasn't enough, I thought, in that game to get the fans involved. And if the fans are involved, it can be a different story.
Yeah.
Maybe there's Richarlison, Heater, maybe there's this, maybe there's that. So I didn't see enough from him to be like, I can continue this into the next game because the fans are going to get behind this. And there's, as you say, green shoots. There's like that one chance or that silky bit of play or that little something that makes it all worthwhile.
Or this player played well.
The goal that they scored came from a mistake, and that could, for all we know, be like one of 2 touches that they've had in the box in 90 minutes. Like that stuff can't.
But I want to touch on the point you mentioned because I was going to say something about it as well, about home records. Yeah, and when you're fighting relegation, the thing that keeps you up is your home record, right? Sunderland have hit a bit of a dip now. Yeah. And at the end of the season,
I think they've done the maths.
They'll probably drop down a bit and they'll probably end up finishing 14, 13, 14, 15th, around there. And at the end of the season, the reason Sunderland will have stayed in the league will be because of their home.
I think they've done the maths, right? And they're like subconsciously, not
we're kind of maybe one more win, 2 more wins. That's all it's going to take, right? But because at the moment it looks, because they might even be top half at the moment, it looks like Sunderland are doing a mad thing. When that levels it out at the end of the season, we see the home record for Sunderland, how they've picked 75% of their points up at home. That will be the reason they stay in the league.
You got to get the fans engaged and keep them involved, bro.
And on that, Nuno, who's a competitor down there, when West Ham played Man United, that was the first time that the West Ham fans seemed to be involved in the game.
That was a very good game.
And you were saying those West Ham players don't want to go down.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've never seen them run around like
the way they were running. And Nuno's done that. Nuno's managed to get the fans involved. He's gone again against Bournemouth, and he's put another point on the board at home. Fans are involved in the game. 100%. The home form, if Tottenham don't fix that, they will go down.
They will go down.
They will go down. Because Nuno and Vitor Pereira already knew against Liverpool, right? And he should have had 3 points in the bag there at home. And you saw how pissed off he was to lose those points at home. So he has to fix that. But
at least, for example, sorry to cut you off, but at least for Nottingham Forest, it's like, we had a good game against Liverpool at home. Yes, we've lost, but there's those green shoots. I can get behind this. Bring me back next week, I'll cheer those boys on because I liked what I saw.
Agreed. There's none of that. and the worrying thing is that, like, if Tottenham lose next week at Fulham, I think the questions on Igor Tudor are just going to start coming.
Could Igor Tudor really get sacked before the end of the season?
Well, Well, we'll see what happens. Marco Silva, like, we'll see
Also,
what happens.
my thing on Tottenham as well is, and maybe I'm just a hater, but I don't cut them as much bail as other people do with the whole injuries and poor squad and all this kind of stuff. Because don't get me wrong, I know Tottenham squad is kind of like abject of quality right now, but I really think that is maybe a bit more managerial. Like the fact that we're even discussing the potentially going down with teams like West Ham. Yeah, like Nuno is maxing out quite a lot of guys at West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of these other, like this 37-year-old Solskjaer and all these kind of guys, like how, and I've said some stuff about Mavropanos, but like how good is Mavropanos?
Disassi.
Yeah, I feel like he's doing what he can with the pieces that he has around him.
Yeah.
Whereas for Tottenham, even with the injuries included, I still think that there is stuff that Conor Gallagher, Bissouma, Xavi Simmons, Tell, who played yesterday? Tell, Odebe didn't play. Who was the wingers for them?
Well, I mean,
His wing backs.
Yeah, Spencer and Gray.
Yeah.
Simmons and Gallagher.
Yeah, Spencer and Gray is a bit dark. But I just feel like there is
But those guys, yeah,
more quality in those guys, or their name players or whatever it is, than really what some of the West Hams and Nottingham Forest are working with. I feel like the reason we're crediting, or the reason we even give credit to West Ham or Nottingham Forest to stay up or to leapfrog Tottenham, is because the manager is putting his teams in positions, his pieces in positions to actually do well and compete and do all of this kind of stuff. But like Yves Bissouma and all these kind of guys, we know that there's talent in them. Yeah.
But how long ago? Like,
I kind of do hear that point. But like
Frank,
Sunderland, for example, these Enzo Lefebvre and guys, I like Enzo Lefebvre, he's a very good player.
Yeah.
But like, do Tottenham, even with the injuries, Palhinha's in the squad, and all these
if you
guys are
look
in the
at
squad.
Yeah, the Enzo Lefebvre profile, they don't have that.
No, that I agree.
They spent 40 million on Gallagher. like Thomas Frank is one of the positives we always used to say about Thomas Frank was getting the most out of
his players. Yeah,
right?
He didn't do that,
especially forward players, and he didn't. And I don't disagree with your point. Simmons, we've seen in moments that he's got quality. We've seen for Holland that he's got quality. Gallagher, we've seen before in the Premier League, even at Atletico, that if you platform Gallagher in a certain way, he can do certain things. Solanke scored goals before. Obviously, Kudus being out is a big one, and obviously those kind of players. But
even, I'm not going to lie, Richarlison and Kolo Muani, I know that they're awful £60 million signings, 100% for the money that you spend on them. They're awful, but if I'm comparing like Richarlison to like the relegation for the centre forwards, like Richarlison should be able to get up to 6 or 7 goals. He should be able to get like.
But he might already have that.
I think Kolo Muani should be at it, because I remember he had a purple patch. But I think Kolo Muani, again, another guy, mentally he's all over the place and all this kind of stuff. But he's playing in World Cup finals. He's playing in all these big kind of games. Like there's quality in this player that a top manager should be able to get out of, more so than what Nuno has to work with and what these other guys have. Like Nuno can't take Tati Castellanos off for Richarlison or put someone up next to, and he's just got Tati Castellanos. Like there is some of these guys that some of the teams above Tottenham have been switching between, Beto and Barry, all this kind of stuff. Like other managers have found the way to make it work with what I feel are like lesser quality pieces.
Yeah. I mean, Tottenham shouldn't be in this position, right?
And I don't give them that bill.
But I think a lot of that is like managers have done that for sure, but we can't just say the managers, because these players
they have to step up at some point.
The way they're performing is pathetic, right? This whole season, like you say, Kolo Muani's been in a World Cup final, but has Kolo Muani really? You think Kolo Muani's putting his absolute 100%?
No, he's not. He's not.
Which is a problem. Gallagher, fair enough, he runs, he might try hard, and that is a managerial thing. It's not about work rate and whatever. Simmons, there's still an adjustment period and whatever. He still needs to acclimatize. But 100%, those players, Solanke, Richarlison, Van der Ven, whoever it is in there, Bissouma,
Romero's coming back next game.
Yeah. The player quality in that team, you guys need to perform. Like, the thing is, Igor Tudor, like, he'll get some slack because it's like, well, this is just what they were doing under Thomas Frank. Immediately, but a big issue, and and I think this is just going to be an issue unless Conte comes back to the league. I just don't think wing-backs...
The wing-back stuff works.
I
But
think just killed that now in the Premier League.
I agree and I
Because when
disagree.
you look at that Tottenham team, yesterday, and obviously this is hindsight, whatever, but that's all we really have to go on, You could take Dragusin out, just play Palhinha and Van der Ven as a back two.
Well,
play... if you want to do it that way, play Archie Gray at right back. Instead of a wing back. Automatically, that seems better. Spencer's a left back instead of a wing back. That seems better. Bissouma, Sarr, and Gallagher as a midfield three rather than Gallagher as part of the front three. That seems better. Gallagher as a 10, he can just run and press. And then you can have Kolo Muani, Xavi Simons, and then you can get an extra forward player.
Exactly. Like, Taylor or Richarlison or whoever you want.
That just seems better than getting Dragusin in, pushing Gray and Spence to wing backs, playing Gallagher in the forward. It just seems a mess. But look, man, I think Igor Tudor's got a lot of work to do, and we'll end it on this year. Do you ever I don't know, I can't really picture a point down the future where a Tottenham manager is successful who's lost their first game 4-1 in the North London derby.
Yeah.
I just can't see that mapping out where it's like Igor Tudor's he's probably already on thin ice.
I was gonna say, to your point about the players like Colomwani, is he given 100%? That's just a bad transfer. But really, at Tottenham, there is a lot of big picture stuff, and we're not Tottenham fans, so who cares, But there's a lot of big picture stuff. Like, obviously, you won the trophy with Ange and Daniel Levy, and you had that team there in place. 6 months later, Levy's gone, Ange is gone, Frank's gone.
Well, forget about first season without Levy, and
it's a mess, bro. Like, the structure of the club is a mess. The changing of the guard or whatever Tottenham tried to do post trophy has not gone well, and obviously it's affecting. Romero's been calling up the board for how long? Romero's been calling up the board since match week 3. Well, it's not enough. It's not good enough. Like, I'm training with 13-year-olds. I'm training with 14-year-olds. This is how am I playing for a big club? At River Plate, I was never training with 13-year-olds. So it is on the players 100%. They need to step up. You need to take pride in your job. You need to do
because
more.
If they do that, they stay up. Because we're agreeing that they have more quality than the other teams.
Agreed, 100%. I agree that the managerial stuff is a mess. Thomas Frank is still a good appointment, but ultimately has not worked out. You just have to live with that. And then obviously this Igor Tudor stuff is TBC. But the board and whoever the next GM is, whoever the current GM is, it's dark.
Well, that's what makes me laugh about Tottenham is that they're in this situation, and they pretty much kind of knew where they were at in January, and they signed Gallagher and Sousa, a teenager. That was the business. But look, enough about Tottenham.
Why not play Sousa as well?
As a wing back.
Oh, that's what I was going to say about your wing back point
as well.
Your wing back point. I agree that without Conte, it doesn't really work. But I think it doesn't really work because managers disrespect wing backs.
Yeah.
Like, managers just think that anybody can play wing back.
But that's kind of joining the point, isn't it? Conte works because he respects it.
Conte looks at wing backs the way Pep looks at a 6. Like, this is crucial, critical to my team.
That's the quarterback in this.
I need to get this right. I'm not gonna just mix and match. I'm not just gonna get a square peg to fit a round hole.
Marcos Alonso, Victor Moses.
Yeah, like wing back. I will tell you, wing backs won't work if it's just Benton Archie Gray.
Yeah,
but if you get actual wing backs to do a wing back role, you might have some success.
Or if it's Ahmad and Dogu.
Yeah. You might have some success if you get wing backs to do. But you have to be obviously specific and dedicated to, all right, this is a wing back, or I'm making you a wing back, or whatever it is. Don't try and convert. Yeah.
Even at Tottenham, he signed Perisic. Perisic was doing his thing.
Hey, some guys know what they're doing.
He signed Porro as well.
Yeah. Some guys know what they're doing. And do you remember he categorically said Jed Spencer's not mine. That's a club signing.
Where does Jed Spencer fit in there?
He categorically,
wing back.
He categorically said Spencer's not mine.
That's a club signing. Look, that's enough on Tottenham. They're a bunch of scrubs. We go there and beat them pretty consistently now. But on the Arsenal side, like I said, there was a lot of pressure. Arsenal had to go there and win. And they played brilliantly. I can't lie. To go to Tottenham and play like that, they played very well. Created a lot of chances. Should have scored more goals. But obviously, Eze and Gyokeres, they're both bagging braces. Eze puts us 1-0 up. Gyokeres scores the second one to put us 2-1 up. They're both scoring important goals, especially in that game. And we'll talk about Eze because we did speak about that in the episode that came out last week. And we said that if this was another club, it'd be, but the manager doesn't want him and the manager doesn't want to sign him. And it's dark for Eze. We were like, when is Eze getting any appearances? Because everyone plays there. The whole thing, if you look, go back, watch last week's episode, because it'll probably make this one funnier. Because I mean, I don't think in this podcast's history there could have been a bigger U-turn from one episode.
To another. Yeah.
That episode
I
we
had
recorded literally last Tuesday, day before the Wolves game. It's a week later, and we're gonna come here and tell you that this was Arteta's plan for Eze all along. And everything we kind of said last week, hey, I guess that's the podcast.
The Eze stuff is honestly just so like funny. I don't know
because where we were feeling lost.
I don't really know where to begin. Like. I still don't even know how to quantify it. Like everything that we said last week was true up until last week.
Just quickly, yeah, because I remember you saying, because when I was editing it last week, because I was saying for like the most part for almost every episode this season, we've both come here and tried to
push.
And then you actually said on last week's episode, you were like, it's not so much defending Eze, but defending Arteta's use of Eze. But then you were like, but I can't defend it. But now, what are you going to say about Arteta's use of Eze?
But Arteta spent 68 million just to confirm 6 points against Tottenham. That's all he needed, the 68 million. And Palace, to make sure that we get a home and away with. Because, the Eze goal, by the way, final day of the season in the sunshine at Palace that's bagged. That's bagged. Yeah. That's coming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, no shot on target for Ebery Eze in the Premier League since his last game against Tottenham.
I mean, come on. It kind of epitomizes our point. Like, Arteta, I don't know. He hasn't been using Eze correctly. That shouldn't be happening. That can't just be on Eze's quality. Yeah. But then in the North London derby, I wasn't really sure that Eze was going to start the North London derby. I wasn't really sure that was nailed on. It's just so funny. The Eze himself, his input in it is so like. I was really like I was about to go to war with Arteta about Eze, but then Eze is so happy and smiling.
Yeah, they're hugging each other
as he scores the goals, as he on the bench afterwards. I'm like, well, was he mad? Really?
He's doing spinneroonies.
Yeah, like how mad was he? The first goal again, he's laughing, he's kicking in the corner. I'm thinking, what? Everything must be all right behind the scenes.
And
Remember we were saying
at the end of the game, big.
We were saying like Eze must have said something to Arteta. Must have been personal. Arteta must have liked it. He must have bust up in training that's been kept under wraps. It's an injury. He must be injured that we don't know about. He's been nursing something for sure. Because there was no logical reason to leave Eze out or to play Eze the way we've been playing him. And even still, even if Eze started, like, we've had some Eze starts before.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that all of the stuff just seems to manifest itself versus Tottenham, I don't know. Either it's sort of, it's football like the gods, or it kind of epitomizes as well how bad Tottenham are, where it's just like, well, we're just going to get ours off. Do you remember when we spoke about the United Bournemouth game of like everybody gets theirs?
Yeah.
We've got our guys up and running again. The guys that we need to get up and running are up and running again.
What are you saying? It all works out versus Tottenham.
You feel me? I mean, it's quite ridiculous, to be honest, but
I mean, it's funny the Tottenham fans' reactions to it all, because I understand what they're saying. Like, why does Eze hate you, man? So much?
Yeah.
Like I get he's a boyhood Arsenal fan, but Tottenham didn't actually do anything to you, bro. Like, you were gonna go there, but you've called Arteta at the 11th hour. Arteta sanctioned the deal, but now you hate them, man. Like, I'm with it, 100%. I'm with it. The laughing, the spinneroony, I love it all. But I'm like, what? They didn't really do anything.
And this runs deep now. It doesn't.
Like who had said, bro, if Eze had gone to Tottenham, oh my god, Tottenham fans,
they'd be through the roof.
They would not. Every week, Eze could have had the same season he's had for Arsenal. Tottenham fans will just love Eze.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of Eze is better than Odegaard. Eze is better than Martinelli. Eze is better than all of this kind of stuff. We would have drowned in it, honestly. But I still just can't quite put my finger on it, but like really the Eze vibes, they're so good. Like when Eze is on it, it just feels like any shot that he has in between the sticks.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get a block on us, I feel like that's going in. I just feel like that's creeping in.
Yeah. But that's not new.
Yeah.
Like we knew that at Palace.
Yeah.
Like when he gets between the sticks, and that's a big reason why we wanted to sign him.
I think he starts though. I really do think he starts at Chelsea. I was saying to you off air, like,
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know because we could be psyoped and he could be benched.
But honestly, these words have been rattling around my brain since Arteta said them. Like since Arteta said, I'm understanding how to get the best out of him now. Like those words have been rattling through my, like, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
What's changed?
I honestly,
what did he see in the tape? What has he said to Eze? What's Eze said to him? Why were those big, like, and because he said those words, and it 100% could be a psyop, it could be so Arteta, but I think I might be ready to be Arteta route if he benches him. I'm not gonna go that far. But just like I don't know how you can say that stuff. I don't know how Eze can score 2 goals and have a good game the way he's played against Tottenham. I don't know how you can say we're finally going to get the best out of him to then just bench him for the God.
Yeah.
You know, like I do feel like we're coming to the stage in the season where we have to stick with what works, and I guess Arteta's kind of done that because Odegaard was fit enough to come and get minutes off the bench, but you know all this kind of stuff. Like I do feel like all this experimenting stuff has to stop for the final 10 games, and like now we need to start.
Is Havertz experimenting stuff?
No,
is that what we know what works?
I think we know that works.
So Havertz comes in.
If Havertz is fit, Havertz will come in,
and then me and you will say Eze on the left.
Yeah,
but
you know what? I'm still not done with Eze on the left. And
no, of course not. That's what I'm saying. Me and you will say that, but is the team sheet gonna say that?
I just feel as if after one more GA from Eze in the next game, he's in this sort of cerebral state where it doesn't matter. And I'm also expecting Eze and Havertz to be intelligent enough to just figure it out, make it work. Like maybe Havertz plays left.
Yeah. Or Gyokeres goes out there, Havertz goes up front. However,
we could actually just bench because I was truly thinking that Havertz will come back and Gyokeres might go to the bench, even though Gyokeres is obviously kind of come on to him, he's playing so well. But I was thinking, like, I think it's so nailed on that Havertz starts in the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens in that game will pretty much just be the team until, unless we lose that game.
Yeah.
If we win that game,
Agreed.
it will just pretty much be the team until the end of the season. And I'm also not mad. I know Gyokeres is good and a good player for us, and I'm here to give him praise after this. But I'm not mad at Gyokeres coming on with 30 minutes to go and, like, you know, defenses are worn down, tired.
Yeah.
Like they have nothing left, and here's Gyokeres coming on.
Yeah.
Confident, hungry goal scorer.
On the Gyokeres point of view, 8 Premier League goals before this game, 10 Premier League goals now after the brace. But in terms of his all-round performance, probably his best performance
Easily.
in Arsenal shirt.
Yeah, easily his best game. Bro, I'm still watching all the highlights and stuff back all the time.
Yeah.
I can't really believe he's pulled that one out. I think it's interesting. Where's he going again?
I've connected it to my hotspot now. Why is it still?
Oh, it's back.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting with Gyokeres because obviously everyone knows. Do you remember when we were coming here in the pod and we were saying, like, there's just always going to be Gyokeres chat. There's just always going to be Gyokeres chat. Whatever he does, there's just guys are going to be saying X, Y, and Z about him. But when you get up to 10 Premier League goals with 10 games left, you start creeping into the, like, playing with house money stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he's not there yet.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's getting closer to the point where it's like, man, like, everybody's going to kill this guy for what, potentially getting 13, 14, 15 Premier League goals.
Yeah.
In his first season, you know. I think, honestly, that was his best game. As we say, all the stuff we were saying about his mentality is coming through for us now.
Yeah.
All that stuff we were saying about him being an adult, him being relentless, him not sort of cowering, being shy of Kai Havertz and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's all come through for us now, like big time. And
I mean, no Premier League player has scored more goals than Victor Gyokeres in 2026.
yeah, he's on the heater this year.
In all comps, he has more goals than Ekatike, more goals than Voltamada, more goals than João Pedro.
Oh shit. Oh,
I think it'll be all right. More goals than João Pedro, more goals than Sesko.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and like you say, he might get killed for that, but it won't matter because if he keeps scoring goals, and the all-round performance yesterday is, as much as we've said before, and we've been heavy on that, we don't necessarily need that from Gyokeres. We need the goals. It's good to see that because it just means you're offering us more in the game.
100%. And this whole adaptation stuff, like squad needs to adapt to him, he needs to adapt to the squad. That ball from Timber is like one of the balls that we've been waiting on to Gyokeres for for years, for weeks now.
I mean,
like
both goals. No?
True.
How long have you been saying, can someone put Gyokeres
through on goal in a big game so you can have a shot on target? But it's kind of annoying that it's taken us sort of this long, but I guess it's just a natural process of things. But now that we're here, let's not let up on it. Let's feed the striker for real. Let's get him into those shooting positions. I mean, that first goal, I can literally watch that first goal back over and over and over and over again. Like it's so nothing to him, bro. It's not even one of those ones where it's like he's never gonna repeat that.
Yeah.
It's just so nothing to him. It's just
a bit like the one in the San Siro.
Yeah, so touch bang.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how we're not trying to get him into more positions like that. And instead of this like fight off Van Dijk and could not pay for a bouncing 60-yard ball. Like, bro, let's play to his strengths. Arteta's got him rolling. The mentality is there. The confidence is there with him. You can see how happy he is. Obviously, it's working now with different people. It's not just Havertz. It's not just, this or that person. It's like, all right, well, such and such is, it's Havertz, Eze, and Odegaard now, who are like his last 3 assists.
Yeah. And I do think the first goal is obviously a great goal. It's an unbelievable finish. But
the second one brings you more joy.
Yeah, most Premier League defenses.
We'll get onto that.
Probably won't. Like, I don't know if we've seen Gyokeres have that much time and space on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, Dragusin's giving him the time and space. Obviously, the Eze's run helped it. It's all kind of worked out. But the second one is one that, like you say, we should see this again. Like Gyokeres, that second one, Gyokeres should be in that, because the first one next week, I don't know. There's no Fofana, maybe Tosin or Chalobah or someone comes out. Yeah. But the second one, like, obviously Archie Gray's a young kid in that, but how many fullbacks in this league are gonna really get round and stop that? Like, when you put Gyokeres through like that we should see that more.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think it's also the good thing about Gyokeres. I've mentioned his stat pad ability, but it does really feel like there's apart from Eze, like there's not many guys. I've got Eze, I've got Saka, I've got I don't know. I've got Eze and I've got Saka. Like, there's not many guys in Gyokeres. There's not many guys on our squad that I feel like score 2 goals in a game. Like they themselves score 2 goals in a game.
We were saying this last year.
Like, it's good to have someone else who's like, and he's done it on multiple occasions now, who's like, all right, if I get one, there's a chance I'll get 2.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna be happy with this one. I'm not gonna rest on my laurels, all this kind of stuff. It's super positive. And as I said, I think more so for me about the Tottenham game is it's so good to shake off the cobwebs of not having a win or 2 wins in these last 7, or all this kind of stuff. Get the taste of Wolves out of our mouths, but also feel like when Wolves happened, I was like, man, like we're in a dark place, because I don't want to see that team again. I don't want to see the construction of that team again. I don't, all of that kind of stuff. Now that this has happened, I'm like, all right, you can run this back.
Roll on Chelsea.
You can run this back versus Chelsea, and we'll have more fit players and all this kind of stuff. If you need to make the changes later on, 60th, 70th minute, make the changes.
Yeah.
But what I saw out there today, as you say, it's a really good away performance from a tough team, because we've been to other grounds, Leeds, and lost, and all this kind of stuff. Like,
I think just to bring it.
just grab some tissue. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just to bring it full circle on the Arsenal point of view, obviously Gyökeres and Eze, two of the guys that scored braces in this game, won us the game essentially. Also two summer signings.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
it's big that the summer signings are coming up.
Money's coming
Like,
good.
When the biggest pressure moment that we've probably had all season, all eyes on Arsenal, everybody expecting Arsenal to bottle it after the Wolves game. And in the biggest pressure moment, two of the summer signings stand up and score 2 goals each.
And how good must that feel for the team as well?
Yeah.
Not just for us and all this kind of stuff, but like in terms of things are going to be different this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that sort of mentality of like
the morale boost, the confidence boost. Tottenham, honestly,
the players needed
couldn't have
it.
done more.
The fans needed it for sure. Arteta obviously needed it, but it's really worked out. It's really worked out because you can't understate that point. You know,
And another point I've seen some people make: those two have no history or PTSD of Man City and bottling and title races. Those two are they're fresh here.
yeah. Gyökeres just won 2 leagues in a row. He's thinking,
Eze's coming off an FA Cup.
I know what this is like.
So
on City.
Yeah. So, and lastly, well, not lastly, shout out Christian Mosquera. The energy.
Yo.
The energy performance. I mentioned it on Sunday, and then Arsenal even put up the locked up tweet, which was good. But I said Mosquera came on nullified on the Mosquera right back sessions, and Saliba watched this space. No, I'm joking. Bukayo Saka.
Yeah,
we said last week in our video that we can't imagine this title race, and Bukayo Saka doesn't have something to say, stand up and be counted for. And they scored the brace. Gyökeres scored the brace, but a lot of people saying that Saka was the best Arsenal player.
He was involved in it, man. He was involved in the goals
across both halves.
Yeah.
Saying Saka,
he was involved in it. He's definitely one of our. Obviously, he's one of our better players, but he was definitely one of our better players on the day. Like, he was involved in the goals. Obviously, he somehow doesn't get an assist for the first Eze goal. I still don't know. Yeah, I still don't know. I still don't get that. But that's kind of what I need from Saka. Obviously, I need goals, I need assists, but I need Saka to be stepping up and putting the pressure on the opposition's necks as our best player. Like, Saka very rarely. It's not that he recycles the ball, but he's very rarely like in these high. You know those moments when you finally, funnel it out wide and he's 1-on-1 with someone, or you finally get your winger 1-on-1 with a defender. Saka very rarely turns those opportunities down. Like, he very rarely doesn't make the right decision in that moment. And it's been benefiting us for the last couple of games. Sometimes I hate it when like it feels like it's forever since we fashioned a chance, and then we finally get a winger 1-on-1 and he recycles.
Yeah.
You know, like Saka stepping on people's necks, Saka being the quality piece. I was saying to you yesterday or the other day, like, it was one of the very few games where I feel like we've really got a Saka Eze 2-man step.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed.
where two of our better players in the squad took the game by the scruff of the neck, and their quality decided the game for us.
Yeah.
You know, and we need a lot more of that from now to the end of the season. There's a lot of friendships on the pitch building, as Arteta would say. So it's up to him to really exploit it and put it out there. Don't start putting guys who are not friends on the pitch.
Yeah, well,
you know.
That's why we're getting Odegaard and Havertz. But no, yeah, look, I just wanted to give Saka a shout out because that's probably the best performance we've seen from him for a while. And also David Raya after the fuck up midweek. He's come back. He was brilliant against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that game goes to 3-2, I think every Arsenal fan will tell you that one's going to look sticky.
And it's another one of those games where Tottenham have 3 shots on target, 3 goals.
Yeah. So, yeah, look, all round everybody in Capier.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
performance. Yeah,
because we actually didn't obviously podded before Wolves. He scored against Wolves and then dropped this. He's Arsenal's starting left back.
It's his position shirt.
So the signing that I said was unnecessary, mad. but look, that's enough on the Arsenal demolition derby. North London is red, settings as usual. Man City played the day before. They beat Newcastle, 2 goals from Nico O'Reilly. They closed the gap to 2 points then, but obviously Arsenal went and won 5 points with the game in hand. Look, the title race, I'm not too sure there's much to say. Like that, there's going to be twists and turns. There's going to be plenty more opportunity to talk about that. We're entering the last 10 games, but Man City are doing their thing at the minute. They're scoring goals. Still, Haaland's not scoring, but they're finding a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking good.
They're looking good, as you say. Like, there's just so much to play for now. We're just getting to the 10-game point. Like, this is really it. Whatever we say now will change during the week, and then change again when the results happen on the weekend, and then change again when we hear.
I mean, there's a Champions League draw on Friday if Man City end up getting Real Madrid.
So they did well. They performed well. They performed well because they beat Newcastle at home. I did think that Newcastle had chances to get something out of that game, but they did what they needed to do, Man City, and I think both us and Man City showed our strengths and weaknesses, like why we will win it and why we might lose it.
I see that. Yeah.
In this,
Man
in this
City
week.
conceding chances,
and
Arsenal causing their own problems. So look, there'll be plenty more time to talk about that. I think the more, and we've kind of touched on Tottenham, Forest, West Ham relegation battle. Trust me, we're going to be touching in on that more, especially if Marco Silva gets the job done next week. But the interesting conversation, and what I think might be one of the most interesting parts towards the end of the season, is the top 4 race.
Yeah,
because I can't really remember the last time we had a top 4 race where the kind of 3 clubs that are really going for it are 3 massive clubs, 3 of the big 6. We've got Man United. We've probably got to assume Villa are still 6 points ahead of Man United. Like with the 10 games left, they should be able to maintain that, even if they slip a couple points and whatever. But Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
We've done the deep dive. We've run the data. Through the supercomputer. Got the percentages.
Licked our finger, put it in the air. How's the wind blowing?
And between those 3, it's obviously Man United to win yesterday was massive. Like, they didn't play well, which probably makes it even bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
To have gone to Everton, we went to Everton, we won 1-0 off a penalty. We knew how big that was. To have gone to Everton to win 1-0, pick up the 3 points, get out of there. You're 3 points ahead, Man United at the minute, of Liverpool and Chelsea. But from our data, from our run numbers through the supercomputer, Chelsea look like they're in trouble.
Chelsea do look like they're in trouble, man. They've got some really tough games and not a lot of momentum. Like, they'll need to go to the Emirates or they'll need to go to Anfield and win. Like, to really, like, throw a gauntlet down to be like, I'm not giving up on Champions League football. And because you've already mentioned how big these clubs are.
Or Villa Park.
Villa Park. Well. Yeah, because you've already mentioned how big these clubs are, it is super embarrassing for any one of these clubs. And one of them has to miss out, assuming Villa do what they do. Like, one of them has to miss out on Champions League football. And it is super embarrassing for whatever manager misses out on Champions League football. Carrick, for as good as he's done, and we're here to give Carrick his credit and his praise. You just told me not lost a single game yet, so shout out to Carrick.
Yeah.
But if Carrick at this stage, 10 games to go, 3 points ahead of Chelsea, Liverpool, some of the fixtures that they have, sort of goes 3 weeks without a win, it's damaging. He might not get the Man United job. Slot will go. I feel like if they don't get Champions League football next year, and I think the same for Liam Rosinho. Liam Rosinho might stay because who knows what's up with Chelsea, but I personally just think it's super tough to convince yourself to keep Liam Rosinho.
Yeah, when this has been the audition.
Exactly. Yeah. Like when, and it's not that he's done a god awful job. He's probably lived up to his standards.
Yeah.
It's just that when he took over, you're like 1 point or 2 points off top 4, and you start looking at how the fixtures went, drawing to Leeds losing to Leeds, and
losing and drawing to Leeds,
drawing with Burnley,
and the fact that Maresca, who's the guy that we're seeing is coming for, we both said probably
would have got there,
wrapped it up.
So it
how can you go backwards with your manager?
Feel me? So it's super, super, super important who's gonna get top four. And we know what the top four race is. Like the top four races, it's not necessarily who wants it the most, but who's just not going to fuck up. Like
Yeah,
someone throws away the top four race
I saw
every year. Someone throws it away.
I saw someone say that whoever gets in that fifth spot or fourth spot for Champions League every year, you feel dirty. You feel like you shouldn't be there. You feel like you scummed your way in there.
Someone throws away the
just
Champions
by
League
losing less than
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
else.
yeah.
And it does feel like that. Obviously, for Man United fans, they won't give a shit, right? And fair enough for top four stuff. Thing with the top four race, you're saying people chalk it up. Like Chelsea will probably have to win at the Emirates, win at Villa Park, win at Anfield. But when it comes to the top four race, you can't really look at those fixtures, everyone's fixtures, and be like, as much as we've run it through the supercomputer.
Yeah.
Like, I think, I don't know, one of the fixtures we've given Man United might have been like Palace at home that they'll win. But in a top four race, they could just lose that one.
Yeah.
Like,
even a draw.
Like Chelsea at Villa Park, I think neither of us said they would win there. Chelsea could go there and win.
Yeah.
Like the fixtures that you look at are almost somewhat irrelevant because there's going to be drop points left, right, and centre. But these 4 points, Leeds and Burnley at home. Liam Rossini said they set fire to 4 points. Like
that's what he said.
Yeah, that was his quote. After he was talking about assignments and players missing assignments on corners and stuff, he said we set fire to 4 points. So from the maths that we've done, those 4 points could be massive.
Like, it's also who they've come against, man. Like, it's tough to convince yourself that Villa Park or Liverpool is like 3 points if you're not going to beat Leeds and you're not going to beat Burnley and you're not going to beat, these kind of teams down there especially the Burnley. Like Burnley aren't really playing for much. They're kind of like Wolves in a similar situation where they know they're going down. This is just sort of pride saving. If you have anything about you, you'll put 3 or 4 past these guys. So I do hear what you're saying. I definitely agree with that. The games themselves don't necessarily matter. It maybe just comes down to who I think, if I didn't look at the fixtures, I'd actually say that Liverpool are the more inconsistent team. Like just off my eye test sort of personal view, because it's tough. Man United, they have been an inconsistent team all season, but since Carrick, they've seemed to be pretty consistent.
Yeah.
And
Man United, I think, look the most
consistent.
Certain.
Yeah. And Chelsea have been inconsistent as of late, but I don't know. I sometimes with Liverpool games, like I actually genuinely feel like there's an abject of quality in these games, similar to Arsenal. Not as bad, but similar to Arsenal. Like there's not really much in this.
But Liverpool have that, like. They should have been battered by Forest.
Yeah.
But they'll walk away with a 1-0 win. I feel like they scored a late goal somewhere else recently.
Yeah.
Who have Liverpool been playing?
They played.
Well, they beat Sunderland 1-0
in
the last game.
Yeah, during the midweek.
But yeah, I feel like Liverpool, they have that just nous and that, like, it doesn't even have to be experience of like winning stuff and whatever, but just the fact that Van Dijk and Salah are 30 plus. I don't think Chelsea have a single player that's 30 plus. I think their oldest player is tossing.
Uncle Toss.
And everybody wants him out.
Yeah.
So I think that experience,
no.
Liverpool can go to Forest, they can just stay in the game.
But they can stay in the game because Van Dijk is 30 plus and he's been there and he's done that and he's won so many things. So from that perspective, I 100% hear it in terms of what squad is better. It's just that sometimes I watch Liverpool and they play football. And then sometimes I watch Liverpool and I'm like...
They're not a better football team than Chelsea.
Yeah, like this.
They're not.
This isn't...
They're not. If Liverpool get there above Chelsea, it's a mentality.
It's a mentality, 100%. I couldn't... It's an Alisson.
Because Caicedo, Reece James, João Pedro, Cole Palmer, Cucurella.
Yeah, they're playing better ball now.
Players.
Yeah, they're playing better ball now than some of these Liverpool players.
And look, the ultimate test is going to be for us to see. That's what I'm saying. I think the end of the season is going to be really exciting because Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool all have to play each other. And that test of quality, Reece James, Cole Palmer, can those guys go to Anfield in the team that we're saying aren't playing that well And can they do
I
something?
was just reading out Liverpool's results since the start of the year: 0-0 with Leeds United, 2-2 with Fulham, 0-0 with Arsenal, 1-1 with Burnley, 3-2 loss to Bournemouth, 4-1 win over Newcastle, 1-0 win over Sunderland, 1-0 win over Forest.
Yeah.
So they're on a bit of an upwards trajectory. But
There's a loss to Man City in there as well, yeah?
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I missed out the
Yeah.
loss to Man City, 2-1 loss to Man City. But it's like there's draws, there's losses. There's a 1-1 with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Sorry, we 1-1 with Burnley, 3-2 loss to Bournemouth.
Sunderland, they scored from a set piece.
Yeah, we watched it. They should have lost to Fulham. The Verts is 4. I've never heard that rule again.
Yeah.
I've never heard that rule again since Verts was offside.
Even Forest. I didn't even see Aina standing behind Van Dijk. Like, so yeah. Look, I mean, if we think it's gonna go how it might go, and obviously we don't have to talk on this too much because it's speculation at the minute, but that could see some of the Chelsea players playing Europa League football.
Yeah, I mean,
now someone did say to me they played Conference League last year, so they're used to that.
It's a step up. They play Champions League this year.
Yeah, but for Chelsea fans want to tell us constantly who Palmer is, who Reece James is, who Caicedo is, who Cucurella is, how the four of them are the four best players in their positions in the Premier League.
But you know what they'll do? They'll just say
they can't play Europa League.
They'll just say it's because Colwell's out. They'll just be like, "Oh, Colwell's out. That's what we didn't get."
No, I'm not hearing that.
But I think the damaging thing for Chelsea is we've been hearing about this project for years. Yeah, for years. Yeah, we're on like the third or fourth manager of the project, and there is no way this project isn't to get Chelsea back into a regular top 4 title charge, type of momentum. So for Chelsea to lose out and be back in the Europa, it just throws so much shit on top of this project. And what guys have told us to be patient, guys have told us when this young team gels, guys have told us all of this stuff. We're like 4 or 5 years now, and there's so much stagnation.
Yeah,
there's so much like
all the money spent, everything about it. But like that is, I mean, we're having the conversation. We've literally said it there. But for all of that quality that Chelsea have, they're not gonna do what they want to do because they don't have the experience. So, like,
if Liam Rossinho goes, you're not gonna get the best in class because you're playing in the Europa League.
Like, if Chelsea had Thiago Silva,
yeah,
you could put Chalobah, you could probably even put Tosin, and Tosin's a clown.
Yeah.
You could put Fofana,
slap them right.
You could put any of them next to Thiago Silva, right, and we'd probably be fairly confident that they could go to a Villa Park or
I agree.
somewhere. And
I agree.
Just because of that level of experience, regardless of the quality elsewhere. But some of those games, Chelsea, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Liverpool.
Oh, must watch.
They're going to be brilliant games.
They're going to be
brilliant games coming to the end. Especially because we'll speak on Man United as well a bit more here because fair play, Michael Carrick. I mean,
it's a big win.
I was kind of saying when Michael Carrick came in that the vibes can just take off.
Yeah. But you didn't foresee this.
Like, not unbeaten.
Yeah,
fuck it, all
6,
of 2026
games,
or
whatever it is.
But the vibes and stuff, like the way they've won that game against Everton yesterday, I think only Michael Carrick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the old school Ryan Giggs and Wayne Rooney, if he came in, only those guys scored that. Amorim would never
win that game that way.
Like,
you know what? It's because
that is, we come back to it. But that is Man United DNA.
That is Man United DNA, and Amorim would have won that game because sometimes Carrick just doesn't overthink it. Like, sometimes after 70 minutes of it being a 0-0 game, you just need a striker on the pitch.
Yeah.
You don't need to take out a centre back. You don't need to try
and he was smart because normally part of the reason I sold Cunha in FPL is Cunha's the one that is liable to the hooking.
Yeah.
For Sesko. That's usually that's been Carrick's sub, but he obviously noticed in this Everton game that I need Cunha on this pitch.
Yeah,
he took Ahmad off. He moved Mbumo out there. He left Cunha on the pitch, and Cunha and Buemo and Sesko all link up for the goal.
That's their new 3 summer signings.
Yeah.
It's decent. No, Carrick is
and Kobe. I mean, Carrick and Kobe, they come hand in hand. Like, Amorim, honestly, I don't know if it's looked this bad. I don't even know if it looked this bad for Ange.
And you know what's so funny is they still got some scrubs and kids on the bench, but no one mentions them anymore.
Yeah,
No one.
yeah. All the injuries.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't know.
I saw they were saying Tamworth is his first senior call up.
Yeah. I mean, Casemiro looks like he's just going to be on a heater.
Yeah,
for the rest of the season.
and it's so funny because he's already handed in his I'm leaving.
Yeah,
he's handed in his resignation.
But I think that's why he's just like, I'm just going to play free now.
Do I want to do on the pitch?
Yeah. Like nothing. I'm just going to have fun. Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
Like
I thought he was done.
Charging for a spot at the Euros.
Yeah, Martinez has come out. He's got Euro in.
I mean, we're talking about Ngapié. I'm looking at Luke Shaw, and I'm looking at Luke Shaw like the Luke Shaw I've seen for the last 10 years. And every time the winger gets the ball, I'm like, rip him. And it was Njai yesterday.
Yeah, it could have.
But Luke Shaw's
touch tight.
He's ready for the World Cup.
Hassle.
He's ready to play left back.
Hurry.
In Tuchel's team. It looks like Dallo stepovers.
Yeah.
Nothing really coming down that side. Like, what is this, bro? Amorim had this team looking like a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah, it's quite funny the turnaround.
Like how? Like I have these Man United players. We question these Man United players' quality all the time. Yeah.
But that's why it comes to my point about Tottenham and the manager. Like, you've got names, you've got players, put them in positions, breathe some life into them, give them some confidence that you believe in them, whatever it is. I don't know who an ex-Tottenham legend is. Oh, Carrick is one. But like, he's not even a legend of Tottenham. He was there for one season.
Yeah. Apparently, Robbie Keane's name was in the hat before he got.
But like, do you know what Tottenham?
But Tottenham, they don't have that.
Exactly, they don't have that.
They don't. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like that goal. I'm not necessarily so much heaping praise on Carrick because if Ollie would the City and Arsenal games, I do think Carrick
he did his things.
He had a bit more to him than Ollie would have in those games.
Yeah.
Ollie would have beaten City, but he would have lost to Arsenal because Ollie he never beat Arteta even once. But that Everton game, Ollie will win that game in the exact same way, playing the exact same football.
That's so funny,
with the exact same lineup. Shaw out there, Maguire out there. But that is a Man United thing. Like Tottenham, they just don't have that. Yeah. And on top of that, Carrick has won that game, and Man United have won that game because of Cunha and Mbeumo. Yeah. Sesko was a nice finish, well done, but I really think Rasmus Højlund could have scored that. So the way Mbeumo's laid that on a plate. So. But they've won that game because of Cunha and Mbeumo, and that's just what Tottenham don't have. Straight up.
Yeah, Tottenham don't have that. I agree. But in terms of like,
because without those two, if they're out there with some of the other scrubs that they had last year, I don't know who was Man United even playing.
It was Højlund. It was Garnacho.
Any of those guys.
Yeah.
That game ends 0-0. Yeah. And the goalkeeper as well, Senny Lamans, I thought played well.
Yeah. No, you're right. Look, I do hear where you're coming from. I still just think that like because we questioned the Man United players so much earlier on in the season, for them to do this, it's not a players thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a manager. Straight up. Amorim's a shocker. And yeah, we've kind of already spoken about Liverpool and their result of Forest. So tweet of the week.
My tweet of the week was the Gyokeres has just played a pass with no bubble. He's had a touch.
Is that the Ramsey video?
Yeah. That killed me.
I was gonna pick that, but if you pick that, I've got nice to get a week off now. The squad can go and support Timber and Zubamendi in the Iron Man competition. Arteta has signed them up.
Yeah. That was funny after Wolves. That was funny after Wolves.
Okay, MVPs and rookies. MVP, Rayan.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say Rayan.
We are watching. Yeah,
I feel like everyone's watching Rayan at this point now.
He's put the league on notice.
How can a 19-year-old winger come in and put the league on notice? And don't get me wrong, he's played well. He's done very well. I'm a Rayan fan, but I just feel like Brazilians are so like they don't understand. I don't know if they understand the juice and the currency that they have in football. It's been so long since we've seen a World Cup winning Brazilian side. So long. Yeah, but everyone is just like, new Brazilian winger, must get, baller, player. And he's a baller, and he's a player. Get him in the team. I hear all of that. I hear all of that. It's just so funny, like, we'll see better other 19-year-old wingers come and score a goal.
Yeah.
It's cricket. Yeah. You know?
To be fair, though, I mean, obviously, we've always known that the pool of talent in Brazil is a mad thing, but to have Esteban and Rayan
Yeah.
in the same year.
Yeah.
And guys are probably going to think I'm mad for comparing Rayan with Esteban, but watch
wait
this
on
space.
it. Wait on it.
Watch this
Yeah,
space.
wait on it. Also, wait to see if Rayan doesn't sign a new contract at the summertime.
Bro, his agent's got a release clause. It's been new contract then release clause. You know the Semenyo in the summer new contract release clause? That's only valid for 10 days in January or something. It'll be the same sort of shit with Rayan.
That's what Rayan needs.
Yeah.
That's what Rayan needs.
But other MVPs.
Raul Jimenez, Marco Silva.
Yeah. Did you see that thing I sent you? That could have been my tweet of the week.
Yeah.
On course for a 20 GA season at 34.
Yeah.
I said, on course for what? A 20 GA season? For Fulham striker?
No, shout out Marco Silva, shout out Raul Jimenez. I can't believe Raul Jimenez is still doing this. I'm going to give an MVP. Someone else I was going to give an MVP to.
Daniel Farker.
Yeah.
Again.
Anton Stack.
Honestly, if you did a tally of the MVPs we've given on this pod, Daniel Farker. Since he changed to that 5 at the back, November or whenever it was, he's got to have had an MVP.
And Nuno. I was going to give Nuno an MVP. Creep job.
Up 1 point.
Creep job.
We said that's how Nuno's going to do
up
it.
1 point. On his way, making his way to the top. Brighton.
Big win.
Hersler.
Big win.
When he needed it.
Yep.
You know, keeping the boys above him honest. I think that's it for my. Oh, and you know what? I will give Peyton Pritchard an MVP.
Oh yeah.
I watched the first half, and then after I saw Peyton Pritchard make the halftime buzzer.
Yeah, that's usually a good time to go.
I don't think they've made a halftime buzzer beater and they've lost the game.
Yeah.
I feel like every halftime buzzer beater from Peyton is directly.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna win this game,
bro. But Peyton was just getting a bit much.
Yeah.
Step back, between the legs. I saw. Drop 3.
Yeah.
Like it was like there's good Peyton games.
Yeah.
And then there's like Peyton playing like Anthony Edwards. Like he was feeling himself.
What you saying? You like Peyton Pritchard?
He was feeling himself too. I'll give him an MVP for the confidence and all the stuff, but we need to start looking that down. We're coming to playoffs times. It's time to minute restricts Peyton. And like, yo, this is the last MVP I want to be giving Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, fair. It won't be, but fair. I'm trying to think. What other games are on the weekend? Yeah, I don't actually. Rookies. You got any rookies? Strickland could get MVP.
Yeah, Strickland can get an MVP. Shout out Strickland.
Yeah, any rookies?
I
mean, Eagle chewed the sorry to do it.
Yeah. Double down.
Yeah.
Double down on Eagle chewed.
Man.
I
don't know if we should have a rule that Liam Rosenior can't get an MVP or a rookie all season, but because I feel a bit harsh, but he should get a rookie.
I don't know. Football rookies, everything went as expected,
apart from Chelsea.
Maybe we should have given Ward-Prowse and Fleming an MVP.
Oh yeah.
Because Ward-Prowse and Fleming shouldn't be doing what they're doing still.
That's true.
At this stage in the season.
Yeah.
Did anybody get sent off?
Fofana.
That's the rookie. That's
now
the
he
face.
misses Arsenal.
That's the face.
You know, Chelsea, I think they need one more red card to break the record for Premier League red cards in a season for one club. And remember way back when they were getting those red cards at the start of the season, we were like,
crickets.
When those guys missed those games because we had it last year, those are points you just don't get back. Like Saliba got sent off at Bournemouth. He missed Liverpool at home. We drew that game. Those are just points.
You're so right.
You just don't get those opportunities to.
You're so right.
Like,
you start telling yourself, if our best team was out there, we would have moved to them.
Do you remember Chelsea were 1-0 up against Brighton and Chalobah got sent off, lost that game, 3 points gone. They went to Old Trafford, first 5 minutes, Sanchez gets sent off, points gone. Burnley now, sending off, points gone.
No, you're very right.
Now Fofana misses next week.
You're very right.
Like, it's poor for Chelsea. And look, man, if Chelsea are playing Europa League football next year,
whoa.
Look, and on that note, we're gonna end it there. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next week. Another Big Six fixture, another London derby this weekend. More football to go. And also the Champions League draw is going to be made on Friday. So we'll know who we're going to get.
Yeah, they play tomorrow, Leverkusen. And
they're playing now, I think.
Oh, is it?
But Dortmund, I think, and that play tomorrow.
Okay.
And then draw on Friday. So yeah, look, like, comment, subscribe if you got this far. Let us know your thoughts on the episode, what you might want to see. We might do a top 10 soon, so let us know if there's any top 10s you're interested in. And we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.